Python programming language is still among the top 3 programming languages across the globe, and it is preferred by many developers mainly because of its capabilities and the set of libraries that it supports. And also, it has a very friendly syntax that makes it easy for developers to achieve a lot with less code. We have done a video previously on a comparison between Python and Java in doing a very basic task. And if you have not watched that video, I'm going to leave the link on the description below. And I'm also going to attach it up there so that you can watch and see how it compares with Java. Now, Python has never ceased to amaze us on its capabilities. And today I'm going to show you something new on how you can be able to use Python to perform certain tasks. So we are going to use a Python here to generate a pattern using colors. And this pattern is going to be amazing. And once you watch this video, perhaps you'll never need to use Photoshop again. And you'll be considering coding your own design using Python programming language. But before we begin, please consider subscribing, sharing, and liking our videos. And also, you can put your comments in the comment section so that you can know how you feel about our videos. And remember to click on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we release a new video. So let's go ahead and create this particular video. And here, what we do is that we use a library known as Turtle, and Turtle is mainly used when you want to generate patterns. So for you to be able to code this particular project that we are doing over here, remember in our previous videos, I have said that you can be able to program Python in both Google Colab as well as the Anaconda distribution environment. But for this particular task, this one is more specific to the Anaconda distribution environment because Google Colab does not support some graphics and some GUIs that are present in this particular task. And therefore, I recommend that you install Anaconda distribution environment in your computer and then you try this task. So the moment you install Anaconda distribution environment and you start your notebook, your notebook maybe you could not be having Turtle if you have never installed it before. So you'll be required to run the code on this first cell, that is pip install Turtle to install this particular library that we are using here. And after you run that particular code, you come and write this code, you import the Turtle library that you have installed in your Anaconda distribution environment. Then we need to create a function for that particular Turtle library that we shall call later to help us in displaying that particular pattern. Then after we do that, we need to create a screen which is going to be more of a where is it going to be displayed. It's like a pop-up window that appears to display the pattern that we want. We can set the background color. In this case, I have set my background color to be black. You can set it to any color that you desire. You can also put blue or any other color that you desire, but for purposes of clarity, I've put it at black. Then you can set the speed at which you want it to spin. I've set it at 0. You can set it as 0.5 or anything below that, or even 1. Then you can now set the pattern of colors that you want. In this case, I've chosen yellow, red, pink, cyan, light green, and blue. You can change this pattern depending on your favorite colors. I've just set this because these are commonly used colors for purposes of general consumption. Then after you have set that pattern, you need to create a control structure. And this control structure is the one that is going to display that particular pattern that you have created over there. So we have used a for loop. And remember, when you're dealing with control structures in Python, unlike other programming languages, we don't use curly braces. Rather, we use this full colon here to show the beginning of a control structure, and then we show the body of the control structure through indentation. So you can see we have created our control structure here, and we have said that we wanted to iterate around 150 times. And then when it is iterating, it is considering these color patterns that we have defined in this variable that we have called COL. And once it is done with that, it is going to display our pattern. And once our pattern is displayed, this particular last line of code, what it says is that once you click on that particular pattern to close, then it terminates the code. So let's go ahead and run this code and see what we are going to get. So to run a code in Python or in Jupyter Notebook, just in case you have forgotten, you just need to press Shift, Enter, and then your code will start running. You can see the display has already been displayed over here. Now I'm going to minimize this particular display so that I can be able to run this next cell that contains this code. So I press Shift, Enter again, and you can see that the pattern has started forming, a very beautiful pattern, and you're going to give it time to form until it gets to the end. And you can see these are the colors that we are selected here. You can see the background is black. You can see the various color patterns, the way they are appearing. I believe this is much more interesting than how you would have done it in Photoshop. And that is it, guys. You can be able to see how Python is able to generate powerful patterns. Let us now try and do some modifications to this particular design. For instance, let us change the background color from the initial black to pink over here. Let us also change the colors here. Let us retain yellow, let us retain red. Then we add violet. We change from original blue to navy blue. We then change from light green to green. Let us now add black and we add purple. And then we see how it happens. So once we run this cell, what do we get? We can see the background color has changed, as you can see over here. We can see this spinning tool waiting for us to just run the control structure so that it can start spinning and drawing the pattern. So let's go ahead and run this particular control structure. So once we run the control structure, we can see the pattern forming. It's forming very nicely. And since our speed is okay, it is going to take a very short period of time to form. And you can see the spinning tool is the one that is doing much of the work, rotating those colors over there until we get the pattern that we desire. And this is a very nice pattern. This is a very beautiful pattern. So actually, you can see that with Python, you have a lot of options to work with. You can be able to achieve more than anybody else can be able to achieve in some of the other programming languages that we have. And you have also discovered that Python is not a very wordy programming language. Its syntax is not very difficult compared to others such as Java. And I recommend that you watch our video on the comparison between Python and Java. And you can also see that the design that we are getting here is something that you can use for other purposes. For example, this is an artwork that you can take and use it for business cards. You can also be able to use it for maybe wedding invitation cards, graduation invitation cards. You can also be able to use it for advertisement. If you are a graphic design person and you really love artwork in your house, you can be able to print out this one and have it in your house. You can also put it as the background screen on your PC or even on your smartphone. And I think the options or the scope of usage is as wide as your imagination can be. So I encourage you to continue following this channel so that you can learn more about how you can be able to use technology to simplify your life. I believe that by watching this video, you have seen that you really don't need so much of the technical skills to achieve a very good progress in as far as Python is concerned and in as far as designing is concerned. So thank you so much. Please continue subscribing to our channel, like this video, share it with your friends, click on the notification bell, and if you have any comments, please put them in the comment section and we are going to address them. Thank you so much.